everyone, and welcome to Bree's Project Book.
So here we're going to start right up under my kitchen sink. I did this video once before, about 5-6 years ago, and it needs some upgrading. As you can see, everything's kind of a disarray in here. It has some of the containers that I used the last time for my under the sink organization, but we're going to get rid of all of this and start anew. So we're going to take all of this stuff out of here quickly and get busy. So we're going to keep this towel here on the floor. This is a very good idea, guys, if you want to protect your baseboards on your cabinet flooring. It's just peel and stick linoleum tile that I installed here. And I'm so glad I installed these. So like I said, if you want to see how I set this up originally, I will link that in the iCard above so you can get an idea how I went about installing this. This lighting system that I'm going to use is just a puck light that's run by batteries to put some lights inside here because it's so dark. And it has two settings, high and medium, and then off. Next, we're going to wipe everything down. That's the pipes, the garbage disposal, the back of the wall, the cabinets, the flooring, and the doors. And we're using cast-iron soap with a little bit of pine salt and some hot water to get all of that dirt and grime. Okay, everyone, as you can see, I put the liner down, and also hubby installed my rack system here. It pulls out. I love this. And the reason I like it so much is because we have a garbage disposal that's right in the center of the second part of this cabinet. And we also have this wood piece here. So it's very hard to find a rack system that would fit in this area, and luckily that they came up with a rack that has the double rack, but it's shorter at the top and larger at the bottom, so that means that it would clear that garbage disposal, and it still has that mobility to pull out when you need to. And then you have this full rack down at the bottom. I am loving this. I purchased this at Amazon. It was $44, I believe it was. I will link it, my Amazon store, in the description box below, and you can check it out. Here is what we have to use as our organization bins and bottles and all kinds of things here. So we have these huge containers here. I noticed my husband was storing his protein drinks in the back of the cabinet. So I still want him to be able to access that and have some containers that I already had. And they're big enough that he can use for his protein drinks to put there on that rack system. Then we also have a 2-level shelf system here that's acrylic. I think this is so cute, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to use that to give us more storage. And then we have these acrylic bins. Now I love these bins. You've seen these bins before that I used them in my laundry center. So we're going to use the same bins in my under the sink organization. We have our bottles here ready to be filled, and we also have our brown bottles here that I told you guys my husband gave these to me, and I just cleaned out the labels, and we're gonna put some labels on all of these, and they're gonna be great. So we're gonna go ahead and install these, and I'm gonna fill them up, and then that's it. You guys can see what the reveal looks like. So now we're going to fill our bins with all the goodies that we need to have under our sink: detergents, sponges, rags, all kinds of things that we normally use for the kitchen. Okay, everyone, we're ready to do the reveal of our under the sink organization. And here it is. As you can see, that light does very, very well. It brightens up the items here under the sink so you can easily see. You can also see all the way back to the back of the sink for any repairs or spills that may occur back there. So I love this light. It works very well. We are going to start on the right hand side with our rolling system. As you can see, I'm rolling it out and it's working very well. It's a nice smooth ride on the track and it's not making any noise, and I think I'm so glad that I purchased this. I was looking at the one that called Revocart, I think is what it's called. Is a brand name for rolling organizations, systems like this, and they wanted over $100 for this. I'm so glad I purchased the one from Amazon, and I found it much cheaper for $40-something. So I'm very happy with this. We're starting here on the top shelf. On the top shelf, we are housing my stainless steel cleaner that I DIY'd several years back. And this is the last of it. It works so well, I'm going to have to make some more. But if you want to know how I created or made this, I can link the iCard for the video up in the corner. So this is our stainless steel cleaner. Next to that, we have our microfiber cloth for the appliances. And next to that, we have our dish mat. So on the second shelf of our rolling rack, in the front, we have my husband's protein drink. It looks very nice in this glass container. The lid is nice and it can come off. And it also has a nice little rubber ring so it can hold tightly and keep everything fresh. We have our sink stopper here next to that. Right in the back here is our all-purpose cleaner wipes, where we wipe up quick spills or want to wipe down a counter or cabinets for a quick clean. Next to that, we have our garbage disposal deodorizer. Love this stuff. It does very nicely. I drop it in the garbage disposal once a week and it refreshes it, and I just love this stuff. Right here in the back, we have our microfiber towels and our microfiber rags, where we use to wipe down counters or things in that nature. Next to the rolling rack, we have our garbage bag dispenser, and it's just an M design bin that I pull the bag through the hole here, and it dispenses the garbage bags nicely. It's also compact, so we don't have to have the box, which is a huge box that I normally buy garbage bags, and it doesn't take up a lot of space. Now we're going to go over to the left hand side of the cabinet and look at our organization system for all of our detergent and cleaning sprays. So over here on the right side, we have our cleaning center for under the sink, where we have our cleaning sprays and detergent and refills. So let's take a look at that. On the top shelf, we have our refill bottles, where we use for cleaning and washing dishes. The first one is our dish detergent. The middle one is our appliance cleanser. And the last one is the all-purpose cleaner. I love the labels that I created for this. It makes it look nice and professional looking. And I love how it's organized there on the top shelf. In front of those bottles, we have our spray cleanser that we use to clean the most of the home, including the bathroom and the kitchen area. The first one is our disinfectant, And then the middle one is the glass cleaner, and then the last one is the all-purpose cleaner. Now all of these cleansers are by method unless I state that I DIY them. I love method cleansers because they're biodegradable and they're earth friendly. Right between the bottom shelf and the top of the drawer unit, there's a slot, and I store here my dishwashing cleanser. It's just enough room to keep about 3 packs of these, and it's stored very nicely. It keeps it dry and easy accessible when I need it. Now right between this slot here are our drawer system, which is the second part of our organization center over here. And the first drawer here is our dishwasher pods. The second is our Kind sponges. I love these. I always trying out different sponges, and so far I am loving these. Very nice. Have a scrubber on one side and a sponge on the other. The last drawer, we have our dishwasher rinse, and then we have our SOS soap pads. So here's a tip, guys, that I normally do with my SOS soap pads. I normally don't use the whole soap pad, and I normally buy the small ones, but I cut them in half because it's normally a waste, and these things will start to rust if you try to save it or something like that for the next cleanup. So I normally cut them in half, and depending if it's a large one, I cut them in quarters. But this is the small pad here, and I cut this one in half, and this is just enough to clean whatever it is I need to scrub quickly to get this grime or food off. So one last place I want to share with you guys for under my sink organization. Between the drawer system and the end of the cabinet, I have a space here, just enough space that I can store my step ladder. And this is a great space because I can easily access it and put it back without disturbing any of the bottles or any of the other things under the sink. Well, that would do it for me, my friends. I hope I'm giving you some ideas and inspiration how you can organize your under the sink project. I hope I'm also giving you some ideas that you can use for organization system for under your sink projects. I have put the link in my description box below if you check out some of these organization systems. They're in my Amazon store, and you can shop there 24/7, 7 days a week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you on the next one. Happy spring cleaning!